Hey everybody, this is Clint Corley with Forest Floor Wilderness Programs. We're out here today to show you how to make a one-match fire. So the trick to knowing whether or not the wood that you're about to collect is dry or not is to just bend it, take it, and if you listen closely, very closely, you hear how it snaps. Here we've got our native hemlock. You can see these fine needles, and this tree, more than most others in our area, is perfect for getting those finest twigs, the wispies, the things that you're going to use to start your fire teepee. So what you're looking for are some of the dead twigs, and so usually they're somewhat in and low. So I just found one here, and try to get a good view of that. Thin little twigs, and again, they snap easily when I break it, so I know that it's dry. So the trick to a one-match fire is preparation. Now we've gone out and collected all the sticks we're going to need. They're right here on the ground. Right here is my large bundle of wispies. This came from a hemlock tree. This is the finest tips of the branches. You can see they're really, we call them wispies because they're just so thin. And again, when I bend it, I've got a little snap. You probably can't hear that in the video, but it definitely is dry. It was up off the ground. This is the most essential aspect to pretty much any fire, but especially the 5-minute fire, the one-match fire, is getting a lot of these, like a bundle, a big solid bundle like this. So there we go, and then here we've got some slightly larger sticks. You can see we've made them into piles. We've got the wispies and then these slightly larger ones, and then on up, and the bigger they get, the fewer of them we need. So now what we're going to do is assemble a fire teepee, and I'm going to show you how to place each stick where to maximize airflow and ensure that the fire climbs up from the center and really gets going. I've cleared the ground about a 2-foot radius here all the way down to the soil, so nothing will light up, nothing will start burning once I get my fire going. And I'm going to start my fire teepee with the wispies that we collected. The way that we do this is I have this bundle, like the larger fat ends are here in my hand. There's a lot of ways you can do this. Sometimes I'm much more meticulous, but it can be as simple as taking this bundle and pressing it here on the ground and opening up a door. The door is essential to be able to light it. The door is to ensure that we can get our one match inside and light the base of this fire. What we don't want to do is try to light it from the top. We want to always light from the bottom because fire climbs up. Fire's always moving upward. And so we want to start it down here so that it catches our whole teepee on fire. As many wispies as you can get on there is great. So I'm compressing these sticks together so it'll all stay in one mass, but I'm also being careful not to get them too tight. I want them close enough that one small flame can reach over and grab the next stick and in that way grow, but I want them far enough apart that air can move in, because one of the essential things to keep get the fire going is air. Without air, fire dies immediately. Okay, so now that I've got the wispies in place, I'm going to start slowly adding the next size stick. And you'll notice I can move fairly rapidly with this, but I'm also being really intentional to ensure that I distribute these evenly. It can be easy to get in a hurry and add too many sticks to, say, one side of the whole structure, and the whole thing will fall over, or it won't light evenly. All the flames will start to move to one side, and it'll go out on you pretty quickly. So just kind of evenly going around again, always being conscious not to leave a little space in that door right there. Again, I'm kind of evenly distributing these so that there's not a big tight bundle of them, because I want that airflow around each individual stick. Next size up, these are definitely pencil size sticks. Okay, there we go. It's not the prettiest one, but it'll do. Now, next largest sticks, these are about pointer finger, like your pointer finger would be a good gauge of this. You go from smallest to largest as the fire teepee grows. One way I like to think about it is that little flame is kind of like this little baby. You know, the flame on that match, or the coal that you get from your bow drill. And how are you going to grow? Like, what do you feed a baby? You know, you don't feed a baby steak. They can't handle it, so you feed them the smallest little bits, and as they grow, so does their food. And it's the same way with the fire. As the fire grows, it'll reach out and start consuming these larger sticks. Okay, and finally, we got about 5 or 6 of these largest sticks that we're placing right on the outside of this thing. Don't need many. This fire is only going to be intended to burn for about 5 minutes, so we don't need a lot of large sticks. You know, whenever it only took me maybe 10-15 seconds to collect these large ones, it really wasn't even the focus of my wood gathering, because you know, once I get this thing going, I'll have plenty of time to go and find some more wood to add to it if I want to keep it going. Okay, so here we are. I've built my fire teepee. Now remember, I went out, collected the sticks, and assembled them into their little separate piles. Not essential, but it's very helpful. And started with the wispies, built them up in the center, made sure I left my door open, and slowly added larger and larger sticks until we're here on the outside with a few of these largest sticks. And with all that preparation done, I should be able to light this with a single match. So let's see what happens. Taking my match, lowering it down into the door, placing it just below my wispy sticks down here. And as the flame is catching on those wispies, I can see it slowly spreading out and lighting some other wispies down here. There's a slight breeze, and it's blowing in the door nicely and helping to grow the flames a little bit, but not too much. So I seem to have some good airflow here. And there you go, the wispies are catching well. Starting to spread out and upward. Flames are growing pretty rapidly now. Yeah, and that's how you do it, folks. There's your one match fire. This will definitely burn for at least 5 minutes. I've got plenty of time to go out and collect some more firewood now, remembering that I had cleared this space, so I know the fire is not going to leave here. It's not going to get out of control. And if I had a friend, they could just tend it while I was away collecting more firewood. And yeah. Thanks for watching.